Yeah, this one's just fine. It looks a lot better than the Trick or Treat Studios version, but that's not a hard thing to do because that one looks like dog shit. Um, but yeah, this one's just fine. It's just like a really overpriced inflatable. It's $150. And it doesn't even have a fucking fan too. Like you have to blow it up yourself. Like the fuck is that shit, dude? This is $150. Just give me a fucking fan. I don't care if I have to plug it in, but yeah, it looks nice. It's fine. It's definitely one of the weaker things from this year, though, or this past year, though. Besides like Ghostwing and Howling Spirit. Yeah, it's just okay. Like whatever.
I see dead people, I see ghosts, I see the things that hate you the most.
I can see why they brought her back, even though like, I definitely wanted other things back, like fucking Barnyard Butcher, or Sickening Reaper, or tons of other props. I can still see why this one came back. It was really popular back in like 2017, not so much 2018 because she kind of sold like shit because everyone who bought her already wanted her. But she still does have a decently large fan base. So yeah, I can see why they brought her back. But yeah, like I do wish she was in stores though, because I would have wanted to see her again. And she also fit with the theme pretty well this year. So I don't know why of all things she was online instead of like Martian Warrior, which was no one bought because it's $400. But yeah, also the 2023 model does look a bit worse. Like they did make her face like a lot more yellow for some reason, and there's like red pen marks all over her and shit. It's weird looking. But it's still like a decent prop. Um, it's just not anything I ever actually fucking cared about though, because I never cared about this prop in the first place that much. I can see why they brought this back as an ISE piece, and I'm glad they did that because it did look really fucking cool in the Mausoleum Row. But why did you put this online only too? For double the price that it was as a theme piece and $100 more than it was back in 2017. Like, who the fuck do you think is gonna buy that? Like, A, it's expensive as fuck, and then since it's online, there's also all those shipping costs and shit that comes with shipping a big ass 3-foot ceramic statue in the fucking mail. And also, they could just wait like a few more months and buy it for half the fucking price at the sale. So like it was fucking pointless even selling this online in the first place. So I don't know why they did that, but it's still a cool prop, and I'm glad they brought it back for a theme as a theme piece. Because it is a really cool prop, and it did look really nice in the themes. When I first saw this thing in the sneak peek videos, I thought it was just like okay. Like I thought the arms looked really disproportionate because they do, and I thought it looked like a Morbid Enterprises prop. But after seeing it in person and shit, it honestly is pretty good. Like it is really fucking big, and also like the blood on the bowling pins does actually look really fucking good. Looks like actually like realistic blood paint, which you don't see on many props. Um, it is probably Party Time's best prop from last year because they mostly just made like really disappointing props like Leatherface or just okay shit like Martian Warrior. Um, it does still have flaws though, like the arms are disproportionate and the head came deformed a lot for some reason, and it is a tad bit expensive too. It shouldn't have been 350. It should have been like 300 flat at most. But yeah, it is still a pretty good prop overall though. It's like a high B tier prop, I'd say. Okay, this probably has to be the most disappointing prop that I've ever fucking seen. Like, after literally years of waiting for a new Spirit Leatherface, because we hadn't gotten one since 2006 with the Jemmy one, and we were all hoping to be like fucking YJ or some shit, because that would be like a fucking amazing prop. And it'd be a smart decision for Spirit to give one of the big four horror characters to their best company, but no, they gave it the fucking party time. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? And then it's just a fucking reskin of the Jemmy version at Lowe's. So, what the, like, what? Why would you do that? And then it somehow manages to actually be a worse version of that prop too. Like, yeah, that one was painted like shit, but at least the sculpt actually looked accurate to how Leatherface looked in the movie. And at least the chainsaw was actually like big, like an actual chainsaw, and wasn't just like fucking 2 feet long like this one is. Because this one's chainsaw is just a fucking Spirit fucking accessory chainsaw that's like gray and shit. You can find it in the fucking mask section, but it's just repurposed and painted yellow. And like they didn't even bother to fucking take the battery compartment off of it. You can see the fucking battery cover like on the bottom of the chainsaw in the fucking video. So like, yeah, wow, great fucking quality product. And then also this thing's just also the fucking welds are terrible too. But like, what the fuck is this? It like, oh my god, like you don't even have the fucking fucked up Leatherface teeth on your supposedly like high quality, extremely accurate to the movie license prop. Like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? And then this is $350 fucking dollars for this fucking thing. It was originally gonna be like fucking $400 too, but they knew no one was gonna fucking buy that, so they lowered it $50. Like that's still like that's gonna make a fucking difference because this thing still sold like shit because it's fucking expensive and it's fucking stupid. So like yeah, wow, great job. It's okay overall though, but like fucking really. Okay, overall this thing is decent, but the fucking clothing just ruins the entire thing. Like, yeah, the head sculpt looks amazing. And the plastic pieces that are like the fucking oxygen tank and the gun, they look good. But the clothing just ruins, fucking ruins all of it. Because Party Time used this stupid fucking like cloth foam material that they use in like everything, and it always looks terrible. And like especially in person, it looks like garbage on this thing. And like I don't know why they used it or who approved that decision, but like yeah, great job. And then above all, for one movement, which is just a head movement, side to side head movement, and a misting effect, this thing is $400 fucking dollars for just that. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, who priced this thing? Like, yeah, this thing sold like shit because of how fucking expensive it was. Like, just because it's licensed doesn't mean it has to be expensive. And, like, yeah, no one bought it because it's so fucking expensive. Like, what did you expect? So, like, yeah, wow, great fucking idea. This one's just alright, I guess. It's just another generic CCL clown that jumps up, and that's really it. It is bigger in person, though, than it looks in, like, photos and videos and stuff, so I'll give it that, but Yeah, I don't really care about this one that much. It's just like, okay, like, whatever. This thing is just fine, but like, I don't know who was asking for it though, or who this was supposed to be for. Cause like, it's at the time of this released, it had been like 7 years since Sitting Scarecrow released back in 2016, and like 5 years since we last got a Sitting Scare prop. So like, I don't know why this needed to happen or why we needed to get a scary version of Sitting Scarecrow, which kind of ruins the point of what Sitting Scarecrow was supposed to be. He was just supposed to be like fucking shitty ass like Scarecrow that looked like slapped together and shit, and like, but like, it didn't need to be fucking scary, like, but this one needs like fangs for some reason. Like, okay, whatever. Like, it's still cool though, but like it is pretty useless, honestly. Like, we could have gotten like a new Sitting Scare prop. It still would have been like, okay, whatever, why do we need this? But like, it would have at least been something new though. Like, give us something different at least.
Step right up. Step right up and get your balloons here. Only 10 cents. And what's a day at the circus without a balloon? Just don't come a-knocking for refunds. Don't ask why.
Okay, this and Black Heart were definitely my non-flashback favorites of this past year. And yeah, his face looked like dog shit in the first batch because of how deformed it came. And 280 was way too fucking much for this prop. Um, After they dropped his servos, they should have definitely lowered the price to like 200. But they didn't. I don't know why 280 is. He's not worth that at all. But yeah, other than that, this prop is fucking great. Like, it's such a unique concept and shit, and he just looks great. And he probably has one of the best modern SVI sculpts that we've seen. And like, even though he's a pain in the fucking ass to rebox, I'm still so happy that I got him because he really is one of the best props of this past year, and he's honestly probably my favorite modern spirit clown, but that's not a flashback or something. And yeah, he's just really fucking cool, honestly. I remember back when this thing first released, I wanted it so fucking bad. I did not care that it was $400. I was still gonna buy it with a coupon, of course, because I'm not fucking crazy. But like, yeah, I can see why I thought that though, because that like, the videos that Spirit put out of this thing do actually make it look really fucking good. Then like a day later, we saw what it looked like in person because someone bought it with overnight shipping, and my god, it looked fucking terrible. Like, the hair was always like flat and shit, and then like the face was super fucking deformed like always. Then they used the fucking that foam fabric material that Party Time likes to use on this thing, and it looks horrible. It never looked good. And then the fucking bag. The bag is probably the worst part about this prop. Like, I don't even think in the movie that Slim actually had this. It was someone else, I think. But like, in the movie, the bag was like a fucking duffel bag, and not like a fucking like paper grocery bag. And then, oh my god. And then like the glitter on it always falls off, so you can't touch it without getting glitter all over your hand. So that's fucking great. Then it always came flat in the box. So it always was like crumpled up no matter what you did, unless you cut the bag open and stuffed it yourself, which is like really, I have to fucking cut the thing open to make it look decent. And then the fucking popcorn on the bag is just a fucking PNG of popcorn. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, this is a $400 prop, and that's what we get. And then speaking of which, it's $400 fucking dollars too. Like, do you really expect people to fucking pay that much for this? Like, this is worth, like, $250 at most. And, oh my god, if they just gave this thing to fucking YJ, it would have been amazing. Like, he probably would have had, like, a rear projection thing with his, like, fucking dinosaur hands and shit. He would doing the fucking, like, finger puppet thing with his hands. And his face would have looked awesome because YJ always does amazing sculpts, and they would have done an amazing fucking Slim. But no, they had to give it to Party Time because they make the best props ever. Like, this is really the best Slim you could have put out, like, really.
Get out of my graveyard.
Even though it is a devil prop that talks about his graveyard, which is a really stupid phrase, this is still definitely a really good prop. I'd still say that Mr. Dark is definitely the superior scissor mechanism prop that, like, jumps up and shit. But this is still definitely a really good prop, and it's probably one of the better props from this past season. 330 is definitely way too much for this, though. It should have been, like, what, 260 at most? Since Mr. Dark was 250 when he originally released, until they raised him to 280 in 2022 for no fucking reason. But that was because it was 2022 Spirit and they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But, yeah, this one is still definitely a really good prop. And it's probably the best demon that we've had since, like, 2015. Oh my god, this fucking thing. Out of everything that's not Ghost Swing, this is definitely, like, the worst prop from last year. Or this past year. Like, oh my god. Like, yeah, I guess the face looks cool. And it's kind of cool that it's weatherproofed, I guess. Kind of. I don't care, though. I don't use my shit outside because I'm a collector, not a haunter. I never use my shit outside anyways, but, like, why was this in the fucking ISE? Like, you had all this cool shit like Emmeline and Cauldroness, and you were like, no, those are filler props. No one wants to see those. Let's put Howling Spirit in the ISE, the fucking ghost prop that just stands there and does nothing. Like, yeah, I guess it is worth $200, but, like, okay, and, like, this is the most mid fucking thing ever. Like, wow, cool, it's a fucking ghost that waves its arms around. Cool, whatever. Okay, honestly, this one isn't actually that bad. Like, yeah, it is pretty overpriced. It should not be $140 for how small this thing is and how little it does. And it was really fucking faulty. Like, after 2 weeks of the stores being open, I never saw any of these working at all. Maybe not even 2 weeks. Maybe it was just, like, 1 week, actually. I don't know. And also, this thing did not have a step pad jack for some reason, so it was always just constantly going off because it was on sensor, which is fucking stupid. Just give it a fucking step pad jack. It's not that hard. But other than that, this isn't actually that bad. It looks pretty cool. It's got a unique concept, and honestly, it's just not really that bad of a prop. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. I can understand why people think that because, like, the same thing happened with Pop-Up Werewolf. Like, it was so fucking faulty that everyone just, like, after it was just fucking broken all the time, people just stopped liking it completely because of how fucking terrible quality it is. I can understand that, but honestly, like, for me, it's not that bad of a prop, honestly. I like it. It's fine. I remember when we first saw this in that teaser that Spirit put out, I fucking hated it so much. Like, oh my god, it looks so fucking trashy, and it looked like a Sunstar prop, and we didn't see anything that it did. And also, the color-changing lights at the time looked kind of trashy, too. And they just made it feel more like a Sunstar prop, but Then we saw like a backroom employee video of what it actually did. And like it actually looked really fucking cool in that video because this prop is actually really fucking good. Um, it's not something that I would buy exactly, but it is still a really, really good fucking prop. And like it's honestly also probably the best doll prop that we've ever gotten because most doll props aren't that good, honestly. But this one is actually a really good fucking prop, and it is up there as one of the better props of the year, just like Hellspawn. I remember when we first saw the videos of this thing when they first released online. He didn't really look that good, honestly. Like he looked super fucking tiny and shit in all the photos and videos. He looked like a fucking tabletop. And then like he had the fucking Vine Boom in his soundtrack for some reason, which was like, what the fuck? Like why is that there? Um then when people actually saw him in person, he turned out to actually not be that bad of a prop. Like he's actually like a decent he's actually pretty big in person, honestly. Um and he doesn't have the stupid fucking Vine Boom in his soundtrack. Which was honestly it was right for them to fucking change that. I don't know why they put that in the fucking sneak peek audio, but okay. Um and yeah, this one is honestly just a really solid prop. And it's definitely the best thing SLA has made because they've made one piece of shit prop, one that was just okay, and then this. So there's not much competition. But yeah, this is honestly a really good prop, and it's probably the best pumpkin prop that we've had in like years. This is another one that's just fine. Like, yeah, I guess the concept of it is cool, but the execution is so fucking lackluster. Like, yeah, I guess the sculpt is cool for the bat, but he looks so fucking plasticky and bad and fake in person. And so does the fucking tree stump that he's supposed to be on. It's always looks like vacuum form, and it's always like breaking off the or like coming off of the mechanism and shit. And also, this thing's mechanism is so fucking loud in person. Like it actually hurts your ears, and shit, and like which a prop shouldn't do. Um, but yeah, this is just okay. Like it's decent for what it is. It's worth 230. Um, I guess. And it's okay. That's really it. It's just fine.
Beware, you are now in the graveyard of fog. I have a special grave for you, the one that is right behind me. Make yourself at home.
Out of all the things from 2013 to bring back, why did you pick fucking Grave Watcher? Like, okay. Like, yeah, she was fine, but like, there were so many better things from 2013 that you could have picked that people would have liked a lot more than this. So I don't know why you fucking picked Grave Watcher, but okay. Um, and yeah, and then you gave this thing to fucking YJ for some reason. And it was like their only prop besides Ghost Swing that they made in the entire year, which was bullshit, but okay. And like, yeah, it's also just a lot. It's a lot worse than the original, honestly. Like, the detail on the face looks so much worse. It's like like too clean, and their eyes have like glitter inside of them for some reason, which looks awful. And then they changed the audio and just made it sound like so much worse. And I don't know why they did that. The audio was fine to begin with on the original. Um, and then, oh my god, they didn't give this thing a fucking step pad jack, and it was in the display. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? You're fucking YJ. You gave this thing like the thickest fucking adapter cord possible, like you do for every prop, and you gave it like fucking volume control and shit. I think I don't know. I don't have this thing, so. But where's the step pad jack? What the fuck? So yeah, this thing was just always on fucking sensor, going off constantly, which definitely wasn't annoying as fuck. And yeah, and also like there were some, even things that fit the theme, you could have picked, like, a bunch of other things to return from 2013. That would have been so much cooler. Like, Sickening Reaper, Cemetery Angel, fucking pop-up zombie, animated Tombstone. Well, no one gives a shit about that thing besides me, but people would have liked to see it more than this. But, like, or also, both of the fucking talking cherubs, and not just one. But yeah, like, this is just such an unnecessary return. Like, it's an okay prop on its own, but it's like, this is the best you could do for a 2013 return. Really.
Don't be afraid. Your time has come. Join me now and forever. We will own the nights.
This thing was definitely the best prop from this past year. Like, yeah, he was way too overpriced. He should have never been $300 at all. And that's why he sold so badly, because no one fucking bought him because of how expensive he was. He should have been like $250 maximum. And also he is a pain in the ass to rebox, which I don't understand because he's CCL and usually their shit is really easy to rebox. But other than that, this prop is fucking great. He's a dark concept that's actually executed like it is a dark concept, unlike half of the shit from 2022, which was fucking terrible. And he's got, both him and the girl have amazing sculpts, he has amazing fucking phrases, and he's also fucking massive in person, which was really surprising. And yeah, besides Sickening Reaper, he is definitely my favorite Reaper prop of all time. And yeah, he's just an amazing fucking prop, and he's definitely the best prop that CCL has ever made. Also, he's CCL, and he doesn't have any fucking zip ties or screws or any of that dumbass bullshit, which is really fucking good, and I'm glad CCL has mostly stopped doing that, besides, like, the Keeper and Dagger Mike, but other than that, they're starting to actually have decent setups, which is good, but yeah, this prop is fucking amazing. I'm so glad I bought him.
Add a dash of the smell of death, and up will rise the demon's breath.
Besides the fact that the face looks like absolute shit, and that there was some quality issues with, like, the hand and shit, and the fact this is overpriced as fuck, it should not have been, like, $280. That was absolutely fucking stupid. This one isn't actually that bad. It's probably one of the better witch props we've gotten in recent years, of which we haven't really gotten many since 2015. And yeah, it's also one of the few fog props in recent years that's actually been good, that actually uses fog well. Like, with the fog, this thing is actually fucking cool as fuck. But the issue that comes with fog props, though, is that formerly most of the stores couldn't use fog at all, and now they can't at all because Spirit's like, oh, it's too hard for maintenance or some, I don't know what the fuck that's about, but you can't even display this thing in fog in stores anymore. So, like most fog props, it looks really fucking stupid without the fog. And, like, I don't know why they keep doing that then. If they're, like, if you have a fog prop, just put it online. Because the main appeal of the prop, you can't even fucking see, or the main feature of the prop, you can't even fucking see in stores. And it's like, what the fuck? And also, like, yeah, like I previously said, this thing is actually just, like, the most ugly fucking prop ever. Like, yeah, I get witches are supposed to be ugly, but, like, why? Like, this thing, like, actually looks, like, unironically fucking ugly as fuck. Like, what the fuck? How did you fuck up the sculpt that bad? This is a techie prop. But other than that, like, this thing's honestly really good. And yeah, it's not one of the best props of the year, but it's one that's really good though. Okay. Out of all the things I didn't see in person last year that were in stores, this is definitely the one that I wanted to see the most. This one is definitely one of the best things, or definitely the best thing that Techies made since Mr. Dark. Like, holy shit, this thing is awesome. Like, it's got this whole new mechanism, and it's got, like, an amazing sculpt and shit. It's got cool-ass audio, and it just looks fucking cool in general. Like, and also, it's a reasonable price. $280 for something that's, like, a fucking new mechanism, and fairly large, is actually a really good deal. Unlike a lot of other shit or some other things from this year. The pricing was better in 2023 than it was before, but still. Like, yeah, this is just a really good prop in general, and I really wish that I got to see it in person. I do hope I do get to see it in person this year. Which isn't likely, but yeah. But yeah, this is really fucking cool, honestly. And it's definitely one of the best props of the year.
Will you be my friend? I love my friends.
Out of all the things that you could have brought back, especially from YJ, why the actual fuck did you pick Ghost Swing? Like, yeah, I guess the concept is decent, and if it was just the ropes creaking, it would be a pretty good prop, but no, they had to fucking add some annoying ass little girl talking about her stupid fucking swing and her friends or some dumb shit. Like, I don't fucking care. That shit is annoying and it fucking ruined the prop. And, like, yeah, I've never liked this thing. Even back in 2017 when I had really shit opinions about props, like, I was like, 2012 is super bad because it's overrated and 2015's better. Uh like, I don't disagree about 2013 being better than 2012. Like, yeah, that's true, but 2012 is fucking great though. It's definitely one of Spirit's best years. Um but, like, oh my god, like, this thing's always been bad, and, like, why the fuck would you bring this back and then not even put it on display? Like, this thing is, you sell these things to try to, like, sell them and make money, but then you won't let people see the props that you're trying to sell. Like, this thing can't even be displayed in the stores. Like, there's literally no spot in the ISCs at all to hang a swing prop or hang anything. Like, why would you even put this in stores? Just put it online only if you're even gonna sell it. Like you did with Menacing Molly. Like, why wasn't Menacing Molly in stores and this online only? People would have bought more of Menacing Molly than this. And nobody bought. I don't even think I saw that. No, I saw this thing once in stores in the box, and that was it once. Like, fucking really? Out of everything, fucking Ghost Swing? Like, what the fuck is that shit? Fucking bring back fucking swinging Scarecrow, something people want to see back, because that thing is a fucking masterpiece. And not this dumbass Ghost Swing shit. Like, fucking really, dude. Like, that's fucking stupid. This one's good. It's another one of the ones that I didn't see in person, because it was filler and none of my stores had it set up. But yeah, it's a pretty solid CCL prop. It's another one that luckily doesn't have screws or zip ties, which is always a very good thing. But yeah, it is a bit much though. It is 170. It should be like 120 at most for this thing because it's not that big and it has only one animation. But yeah, it's a pretty solid prop overall. It's got a good sculpt. It's got some good gore. The audio is good. Yeah, it's just good. That's really all I have to say about it. Just good. This is another one that's also really good. It is a bit too expensive. It should have never been 180. Yeah, it is bigger in person, but that does not mean it should be like 150 at most. Even then that's pushing it. And also, when this thing goes off constantly in stores for like months on end, because of the fact that Heckles got recalled and wasn't in most stores for like a lot of the year. This thing's audio gets pretty annoying after a while, because it's just fucking screaming, basically. But other than that, this is a really good clown prop. It's got a really unique color scheme and shit, and it's got two good head sculpts because it is a double-sided head, which is also really cool, and it's got gore on it too, which is something that's really cool to see because we don't really see that on many modern spirit props, or we didn't for a while. And yeah, this is definitely one of CCL's best props of the year, besides the Black Heart. And yeah, it is just a really good prop.
Hello. Do you want to play with me? Come a little closer. Let me stand up
so I can see you better. You look good enough to eat. We can play hide and seek if you want to. You run, and I'll come find you. I love a good chase.
This thing is fine overall, but it is such a fucking downgrade from the original version. Like, yeah, the new one has a higher quality mechanism. It's like the fucking same gear driven like rising pole thing that the new Demonica has, instead of like the fucking thing driven by like fish string or whatever the old one was or had. Along with all the other old SVI rising props. But because of that, the arms and shit and the head, like when they like go up and down when it's like activating and deactivating and stuff, it moves so much less, and it looks so much fucking worse. Like the arms move like a fraction of what they used to. It's like what the fuck is this? Like really? And then the face on the new one looks so fucking bad. Like there's nowhere near as much detail as there used to be, and the paint is so much fucking worse, and it looks like a fucking like shiny rock. It's fucking awful. Like what the fuck is this? Like how did this fucking happen? And then like why did Creepy Rising Doll return of all things? Like SVI has so many cooler props from their past, like fucking Sickening Reaper, fucking I don't know, Untimely Death, Lurching Zombie, shit like that people would actually like, instead of fucking Creepy Rising Doll, which, yeah, people like, but no one really cares about that much. Like, this is the best thing you could have brought back, like, really? Like, yeah, it's okay overall. So is the original. The original's fine, but, like, I never really cared about it that much. But yeah, this is just so much worse, but it's still just, like, fine, like, whatever. I don't care much, really. This thing is definitely one of the best props from the entire lineup of this past year. And I'm so glad that out of everything that was online only that I could have seen around that time, because some things were postseason releases, that I got to see this one, which I still don't know. I just still don't know how the fuck I managed to see this of all things in person, but yeah, I did. I luckily did, and I'm so fucking glad, because this thing is fucking awesome. Like, unlike some other things this year, this thing is actually worth $280, or the price they're charging for it, which is $280, because this thing is fucking massive in person, and it's got like it's a fucking unique ass character too. Like there's no like specific thing this is even trying to fucking be. It's just like a fucking like crazy ass monster that kind of looks like a fish, but it's not a fish, and like no one knows what the fuck it is, and it's fucking awesome. Like yeah, like fucking Fuyu Zing or Nui-san did such a good job on this thing, and I really wish they were producing things this year, because they did such a fucking good job on this thing that like yeah, I don't know why the fuck Spirit isn't utilizing them more, because they are a really good company, and this is a really good fucking prop. Like holy shit.
Greetings, creeps. It's your old pal, the Crypt Keeper, known to all you fright fiends as America's Most Haunted. I'm here once again with some cryptic remarks.
Oh my god, this fucking thing. So, instead of just making a new Crypt Keeper prop like they should have fucking done, they decided to remake the original Jemmy version and barely changing it at all. So that version, the original one from like 1998, was a window display prop, and it was built like a window display prop. It was $400, had professional amounts of detail. It was made of like fucking like resin or some shit, or like plastic. I don't know, it's fucking fragile though. And yeah, it was built to fucking last. And that's why it was $400. And also because it was a fucking limited piece with only like 1 cent to every store. And then last year, Spirit was like, oh, let's remake that one. But, even though it's CCL and it has old CCL quality instead of good new Black Heart CCL quality, it's fine if it's still $400. It's the same thing. It's fine. Like, no. Like, this thing is not worth $400 at all. And this thing isn't even officially fucking licensed to Tales from the Crypt. Like, they, instead of just waiting for the licensing to get out of legal limbo, which is what it's in right now, they were like, nah, let's just release it unlicensed, no one will care. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, oh my god. And then they didn't even bother getting the original voice actor who did the voice acting for Crypt Keeper back for the prop, or just reusing the original voice lines, which they should have fucking done. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Why would you fucking do that? Like, you really think this bootleg ass voice is gonna fucking sell? Like, really? Like, fucking no. And oh my god, they had other voice actors that sounded more like Crypt Keeper, because the voice actor who did Collector's Minion sounds more like Crypt Keeper than fucking whoever voiced this prop. Like, why didn't you just fucking use them? They would have been so much better. Like, then there's just weird little things about this prop. Like the fact that the legs aren't posable. So unless you use him in like a really big chair that like can fit his entire body, his legs will just be sticking out in a fucking straight line. Like, oh my god. Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, oh my god. This is one of the biggest fuck ups in Spirit licensed prop history. Like, yeah, it's still okay. The face still looks cool, and even though the voice acting is shit, the phrases are still pretty good, I guess. But, like, fucking really, dude? The best you could do is a knockoff Crypt Keeper made by fucking CCL? Like, what the fuck is that shit? Like, really?
Enter, if you dare. Welcome to the land of eternal scare!
Okay. On one hand, this thing looks really fucking cool and has some pretty great phrases, but okay. And then the fact that this is a walkthrough just completely fucking ruins the entire thing, honestly. Like, it's another one of these stupid fucking archway props that companies keep doing for some reason. That, like, it's an archway, but there's, like, nothing inside of the archway to make it look cool at all. And there's just, like, there's just a fucking, like, light in this one. It's like, okay. What the fuck is this? And it's super fucking dumb looking. And yeah, that's what happened with this one. And it makes the prop a lot worse. Like, if this was just like a fucking 6-footer that had like, or like a 7-footer that had like body turn and that was it, it'd be pretty cool. I'd probably buy it, honestly. But the way it turned out, it was a shitty walkthrough prop, and it's also really overpriced. It's not worth like fucking $330 or whatever they're charging for it. But yeah, it's decent right now, but like it could have been a lot better if they just made like a couple simple changes and just made it like a fucking animatronic and not a fucking shitty light and sound walkthrough prop. We finally got Demonica back, thank fuck. And yeah, I do kind of wish we got the gray 2011 or 2010 skin instead of the 2011's pink skin, because like I do prefer the look of the gray and red eyes instead of like the purple and red eyes. But I can see why they picked the purple skin version instead of remake, because like that version is more iconic and also it's a lot more nostalgic. But I don't fucking care. It's still Demonica. Like, I'm still gonna fucking buy it anyways. And yeah, the only other thing I could say I don't like about this version is that there is too much fabric on the neck, And like if you've seen like videos of this thing in person, you know that it looks like always like fucking bunched up and shit. It's weird, but like yeah, I can see why they did that though, because like it would be bad if they gave another latex neck like the original one had. But also you can always just put the hair in front of the face and it looks fine, but so whatever. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best flashbacks that we've had from Spirit, and probably the best one that we've gotten since 2021, because there really hasn't been that many good ones since then. And yeah, I did miss out on this originally back in when it came out last year, but luckily I'm gonna get it soon though. Thank fuck it's still in stock. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best props of the year, and yeah, I'm really glad it came back, because this prop has always been fucking awesome.
Your flesh will feed the great evil. Your soul will quench its thirst.
Now, this is one that literally nobody expected anything from whatsoever, because we all saw the original prototype for this leak from like a photo of a party time showroom, and it did look really fucking bad and stupid as fuck, and just like another young Crouchy. But luckily, it turned out that this wasn't, and is actually more of its own prop, instead of just being another fucking small version of the same fucking thing like young Crouchy was, which is still one of the worst fucking things that Spirit has ever sold, and I have no idea why they wanted to sell that, but okay. And yeah, I honestly think this is probably a better prop than the original Collector from 2019 also. It looks a bit better. It's got blood, which is always nice to see from modern Spirit. And I honestly just prefer the phrases on this one too than the original Collectors. And yeah, it's not the best prop ever made. There's still better things from 2023 that are better than this, like Black Heart and shit. But this is still a pretty good prop, and it's a lot better than everyone thought it was going to be. Okay, yeah, this is definitely better than whatever the fuck we got in 2022. For one, the theme doesn't look like shit, which I don't know how the fuck you make a Spirit theme look like shit, but they did in 2022. Oh my god, I still can't fucking believe how disappointing that shit was. Like, how do you fuck up a lab theme that bad? But yeah, these are, for one, these actually feel like you're in a fucking graveyard. Like, it does what a Spirit theme should do, and it immerses you into, like, whatever the fuck the display is supposed to be. Like, the 2024 themes feel like a carnival. These themes felt like you were in a fucking cemetery. The fucking 2021 themes felt like you were in a factory. So on and so on. And, like, there's so many, like, fucking, like, small details and shit. Like, there's, like, the fucking vines and shit everywhere. There's dead grass and, like, leaves. And it looks just so fucking nice, along with, like, all the other, like, fucking, like, references to old fucking props and shit. Like, they brought back, like, tombstones from 2012, and they, like, referenced Lord Raven on one of them and shit. And they have, like, fucking mausoleum plates in the actual mausoleum that, like, Dagger Mike and Scary Sitting Scarecrow are in. They fucking reference, like, old animatronics and shit, and that's fucking cool. And yeah, and some of the props actually do fit the themes this year. Like, they're not doing, like, very specific themes anymore, like what the fuck are you supposed to fit into a factory or an island or a fucking lab unless you do, like, really niche specific props? Like, how the fuck are you supposed to fit anything into a factory? Like, what the fuck? But, like, here, like, most of the stuff in the front theme doesn't fit. Like, fucking Stilts does not fit at all in a fucking graveyard theme. But, like, basically everything from the back part, the mausoleum row, actually fits in the fucking theme. And it looks so much fucking better than just having a bunch of just random fucking clowns and shit in a lab theme. And yeah, like, unfortunately I did miss out on getting any theme pieces last year, or this past year, which I'm still not happy about, but that was a fuck up on my part. I should have fucking put my name down for them. Yeah, these were fucking awesome themes, and it's definitely a great start to the new theme designers, like, time as doing the ISEs, because, like, this and the 2024 themes which are the two things he's done so far, are both fucking great. They're the best themes that we've gotten since 2015 by fucking far. Like, they're not even as good as the fucking Factory, like, which was previously the best theme since 2015 before these themes. But yeah, like, these themes are just really fucking great, and I'm so glad that we're not in the period where we just have fucking dumb shit anymore, like the fucking lab or the island or some shit. But yeah, these are just really good themes, and I'm happy I got to experience them. They're just fucking great themes. Oh my god, I'm finally done with this fucking video. That took way too fucking long to make. But I originally completely finished the video back in like fucking like what, March or April? But it was on my old phone and my phone decided to fucking be a bitch and not export it because I didn't have enough space, which I did have enough space. So I had to fucking completely remake the video when I got a new phone. So, and that's the video you're seeing now. Fucking, oh my god. This is like already a fucking hour long. Or almost an hour long. It's like 50 minutes long. Oh fucking god. I'm so fucking happy I'm finally done with this and I can just not have this be a fucking burden anymore. But yeah, overall, 2023 was a really good year for Spirit, and it was definitely the best year since fucking 2015. I know I always fucking say that whenever there's a good year. But this year really was, like, the best since 2015. Like, there wasn't any, like, truly bad props besides, like, Ghost Swing, but she was a returning prop. And also, I guess, Howling Spirit. He's just very mid, though. He's not, like, actually bad like Ghost Swing. But yeah, this was a really good year for Spirit. And yeah, from here it just gets fucking better because 2024 is so far been a great fucking year for Spirit. I did not want to have this out when stores were fucking open, but fucking shit happens. And like I've already been a couple times and I've just like as of today or as of filming this, I just finished my first shift at my store for fixture day. And yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a fucking great year, and yeah, I'm gonna be posting more again this year. There's lots of props that I'm gonna get, so I'm excited for that. And yeah, that's basically it. Bye.